Welcome back to another episode. Morgan is eating while in a cell. Peas are spilled, and C starts to rub them between her fingers. She confiscates candy from a pupil who later sneaks candy when she sits down in a classroom while she is teaching. When he starts to choke, a replacement instructor intervenes and performs the Heimlich technique on him. He announces himself to Morgan after saving Luther. Cashier is his name. Cashier approaches her on his bike after school. She drives a showy Porsche in yellow. She says that it is a present from her spouse that she dislikes. She sees her tire is flat as they separate ways. Her spouse declines her request to pick up their son when she calls him. He hands the truck off to his helper and abruptly cuts her off. Her husband, Jason, is a highly accomplished broker on Wall Street. As she bids her son goodnight, Morgan apologizes for missing his recital. She is traveling for work. When Jason gets home, he inquires about her bag. She reminds him that he needs to go to the recital because she will be gone. He reluctantly agrees but in the end does. Cashier offers to drive Morgan to the train station the next day. She informs him that she is married when he offers to buy her a drink. Jason learns that Morgan's train has wrecked and that there are numerous injuries as he arrives to take Ari to his recital. Morgan isn't picking up the phone, so he calls his brother, a police officer, to gather information. Eric, Jason's brother, promises the CI he will find out as much as he can while they are in the car together. Since they are far apart, he texts him his address. Cashier is being kissed by Morgan in a motel. Morgan regrets it. When Morgan accepts a call from her principal, she learns about the accident after discovering dozens of missed calls from her spouse. She selects the news. When his brother comes by, he meets Ari, who is unfamiliar with his uncle. Morgan enters as Ari is about to go to bed. Jason wants an answer. She makes a divorce request. After that night, Cashier and Morgan talk about their night and how she requested a divorce when they returned to school. She admits that while he wasn't the cause, he was the spark. He is thanked for his assistance. Jason receives a promotion, but he is reluctant to rejoice. In her conversation with a lawyer, Morgan describes how the two of them met and how Jason's quest for success tore their marriage apart. She warns him not to touch her ever again and says she'll contact the police if he does. When they meet with the mediator and their attorneys 3 months later, Jason unexpectedly requests custody of Ari. Jason's answer was prompted by hearing that Cashier and Ari would be meeting. His lawyer informs him that the judge won't support that. Jason makes a threat to hire a different lawyer. Jason informs Morgan that he always gets what he wants in the elevator. The case and Cashier's encounter with Ari are discussed by Morgan and Cashier. According to Jason's lawyer, the judge denied the application for custody. Jason vows to keep going. When Ari and Cashier first meet, they click. Together, they play Fortnite. Morgan is happy that Cashier and Ari get along as they dine together at a restaurant. They confess their love for one another and kiss when she asks why he's staying. Jason observes while driving. Jason makes a call to his brother Eric and visits them at home. Regina, his wife, has doubts about his motives. Jason tells Eric about the divorce when they are sitting outside and makes it seem as though he wants Cashier killed. Cashier is to blame for everything, according to him. Eric declines and threatens Jason with prison if anything happens to Cashier. Jason makes a plea to their brotherhood, pleading with him to come up with another solution. Jason is very kind to Morgan and takes Ari with joy. He informs her that he is giving up the custody dispute. She watches them leave with suspicion as they walk away. On their way out of town, Cashier and Morgan are stopped by the police. She asks questions, but the police won't respond. They insist that she and Cashier exit the vehicle so they can search her trunk. They both get arrested after they discover cocaine in Ari's luggage in the trunk. When she meets with her attorney, he or she informs her that scales, baggage, and 5 kilos of cocaine were discovered in her flat. She claims that her husband set her up with the attorney. In spite of Morgan's attorney's efforts to get her released on bond, the prosecution has a surprising witness. The observer is Eric's. Eric is questioned by Regina about his possible involvement in Morgan's arrest. She informs him that his drinking is an issue and that he has a soft place for his brother. Jason tells lies while testifying. He informs the jurors that she has upscale preferences and needs to cover her costs. Thanks for watching. For more, subscribe.